Hi everyone, this is week 1, video 1, and today we're going to be talking about why you are here. It's important to understand where you are at so you can understand where you want to go and how you're going to get there. So you are either in physical, emotional, or spiritual suffering, right? You're probably thinking, doing things, that you don't want to do, and you're ready to find a new way of being and feeling and living. And find your own why to anchor yourself in, why you're doing this, why you are open to making some changes is really, really, really important. In my journey, I wanted to live so badly that I was ready to do whatever it took. So when I talk about, physical and emotional, spiritual suffering, I know where you're at. I understand completely. And I think, part of a lot of human beings only make some changes, especially when we're coming to drastic changes when our backs are against the wall. And for me, it was very much that scenario. But I needed to understand where I was at and why I was doing what I was doing. So now, it's important for us to write our goals and dreams on where we want to go, at the end of this program, and where we're going to go, after we finish all of this and have created this new self and this new identity and this new body and this new mind. So I want you to write it down, your goals, by the end of this program. So let's say, let's start with how do you want to feel? What do you want to be doing by the end of this program? When you finish listening to all of the videos, and it can kind of really separate into 4 different areas of our lives. Health obviously is a very important one. I believe that we can't create a complete life if our health is in suffering. So it's very important to focus on strengthening our body as a baseline for us to build this life outside of us. So just be specific on what you want to do. So instead of saying, I want to lose weight, just put a number on it, a goal. I want to lose 5 kgs by the end of this program, for example, right? Don't be afraid of writing this down. There is power in writing things down. Research shows that people that write things down, they let go of their traumas easier than people that don't write things down. So there is power in writing things down. So do this exercise. When you talk about wealth, I want to be making 50K per month instead of just saying I want to make more money. Because when you say I want to make more money, it's very vague. Just put a figure on it and be specific about it. Again, don't be scared about it. Family, I want to stop shouting at the kids in the morning, which is something that I had to work through. Instead of I just want to be more patient with the kids. When you talk about specific situations, it's easier for you to really bring awareness to what's going on and what you want to change. And when you're talking about yourself, I wanted to dedicate 30 minutes per day on myself instead of saying, I want to have more time for me. I want to have more time for me before the day has gone, and you haven't spent any time with you. But if you really are specific and you're talking about 30 minutes per day on myself, you know exactly what you are going for. So now it's important to really understand, why you're doing all of this. And I did this exercise very early on in my journey, and I thought it was a very, very powerful exercise to understand where all my desires and wants and goals and came from. What was at the core of what I wanted. So the 7 levels deep exercise, it is just really going 7 times through asking yourself the same question until you get to the core and the deep and the real reason why you're doing what you're doing. So you ask simply yourself, why do you want these goals? And then you say, because I want to have more freedom, for example. And then you ask again, why do you want to have more freedom? And you say, because I want to do what I want. Why do you want to do what you want? And then you go on. And the thing is, the more you start narrowing and asking yourself, and it's really good to do this with somebody that you trust and somebody that can support through it and can sometimes maybe challenge you. I did this with my husband, which is a really powerful exercise for both of us, because then that person say, well, what about this? What about that? So you really can start narrowing, understanding what it is that you want and why. What's the anchor? What is it going to anchor you when things get painful, when things get challenging? So you remind yourself why you're doing what you're doing. So there is a little Word document that you can you can have a look and you can print it out and just, you know, answer here in this in this Word document, you know, what do you want to do? Why is that important to you? Why is that important to you? And you keep asking that same question 7 times until you get to the really core and deep answer to why you want to do this. Guys, let me know if you have any questions about this, but this is important. Like I said, watch the video and take action. There is no point in going to the next video if you haven't done this. This is extremely important to understand why you're here. Right, I hope this is helpful, and I can't wait to hear how you get on with this exercise. I'll speak to you soon. Take care.